this is where we're at. All baked. It looks like a body of a flamingo bird. I think what I'm going to do with these, with the neck and legs, is I probably will, I don't know, I want to make sure that everything sticks really well. I can tell I'm not going to make an exact replica of a flamingo. But I want it to look like I tried to make a flamingo. No, I think it'll come out okay. It's these edges, if you can see right there, there's those edges. That's like right in here. That's not quite blended yet. That's what I'm working on blending. Because this will be the final layer that gets painted. See, I got it all around here too. I'm going to put a few air holes in here so that air can escape. I'm going to go ahead and bake this part, and then we'll start working on legs and a head. He's going to have a pretty good sized head. So I hope I got a long enough neck there. I think I do. Okay. I am going to start the head. I'm not going to be ready for it for a little bit, but I want to get it started. So I'm making a ball of foil. I'm going to need to put a hole that I can put the wire in through. I have kind of a round bulby head, and then there's the beak. Then there's the beak. Thought I had it in camera, but I didn't. Okay, so I've made kind of a round bulby head with clay, or with foil. I've made kind of a round bulbish head with the foil, and I have the beak made. I'm going to skewer this on. So that it will stay in place. I'm going to be right back. I need to go and roll out more. I need to go roll out more clay. Okay. I feel like my process seems slow because it probably does seem a lot slower, but people like Ace of Clay and them who make these kinds of sculptures, well, make the larger sculptures like this. His are different. He makes more kind of fantasy Tim Burton types of things. And he's starting to come out with his own characters now. They do take days for him to make. He puts, somehow he uses like time lapse and things like that and gets it all into one 20 to 30 minute usually video, which I don't I don't know how he manages to do that, but he has been a professional sculptor for quite some time, so he's probably a lot smoother with his motions, with his hands, and well, I know he is because I've watched him work. If you haven't watched Ace of Clay and you're interested in sculpting, he's a good one to watch. I've learned a lot about it just from watching him, but I'm certainly not an expert at it, but I'm getting better. I'm getting better. But yes, he does not do that in a day. He'll work several hours a day or a few hours a day. And, you know, something like this, if you work on it all day long or make it all at once, and do it well, it's just your hands are going to hurt. They're going to get tired if you do that. So, and like I said, he will work 6 hours a day on a project, and he'll still have several more days to work on it. But his projects are pretty elaborate. They're not the same kind of projects that I work on at all. But they're much more, I'd say they're pretty elaborate. Most of them are anyway. But like I said, they're Tim Burton type characters, and some that he's making of his own now. He's making his own bunch of characters. It's just really interesting to watch him work. And he does kind of do some tutorial along with it. Okay. So a couple of little spots there. That's where they get their color. And the reason they eat there, well, because the shrimp is what they want. And there's also probably some kind of other reward in there, you know, like some plankton or something. But they have holes in the top of their beak, in their top beak. I may add a short lower beak after a while. Right now I'm a little afraid it might make it a little heavy, so I'm going to wait till I'm ready to bake it. But what they do is they put their heads in upside down like this, and they catch all of that in their beak, and then that strains through the holes, the water and stuff that they don't want strains out of those holes in their top of their beak. That's why you see flamingos with they're not just being silly crazy birds. They look like it, but they're not. They are, and that's why and some of them, a lot of that part of their beak is a lot darker, pink or even red. That's the thing. This doesn't have foil in it, and so I am trying to make sure that it doesn't turn out to be a crooked beak. But there, that will be his beak. And yes, I went ahead and did what I said I wasn't going to do. That's okay. I can change my mind. Go ahead and put those little holes up here. They used to strain things. I don't know how many they have or just what pattern they form, so I just made some. I haven't seen any pictures with the top of with the holes in their nose showing. Okay, I am letting that other letting the body cool in the oven until I can actually touch it. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to make the wings. I've got them cut out, think they look about the right size. Okay, one is a left, one is a right, so I've got them turned this way so that they're facing each other. So I'm just going to make little markings with my toothpick here down the wings. Because I want to use it up. I don't want to waste it. This stuff is not, well, it's not super expensive, I don't think, but certainly don't want to waste money because these projects can get expensive. And with that note, if you would care to support me on Patreon, there are going to be some things that are patron only over there. There'll be patron only videos or pictures that I will not be showing on YouTube. And I mean, a couple bucks a month, you can see a lot of them. I may charge just by the video or by the, yeah, a lot of stuff I'll probably just charge like $1 or $2 a video. But, or you can do a membership. Or become a patron, I guess is what they call it. Right now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put these. Now, one thing I haven't said yet, and there. One thing, what I do in order to keep this stuff from sticking to whatever I am using to bake it, I use some cornstarch in the bottom of I use some cornstarch to lay it on so that it doesn't stick. It works very well. And cornstarch, you can brush it off or it'll just blend in, one or the other. That's the beauty of cornstarch. I gotta learn to use time-lapse a little better maybe. So off to the oven it goes. And then we'll be ready to paint tomorrow. Good night. I love you once again. And thank God Carla is doing okay and getting stronger and stronger. So hopefully one of these days she'll be able to communicate. Good night.